So before we start episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we just had something we needed to discuss real quick. Today, the gaming and streaming industry lost a legend. Byron Bernstein, also known as Wreckful, suffered deeply from depression and allegedly took his own life. Byron will go down in history as one of the greatest members of the WoW community, a top-tier streamer, an insightful up-and-coming game developer, an advocate for mental health, and a friend to many. Byron used his platform to openly discuss the issues he had going on in his life, making him one of the first of many streamers to freely express their emotions, thoughts, and personal mental health issues. We didn't know Byron personally, but we understand and appreciate everything he has pioneered for our industry. Check on your friends, be there for the people who need you, never stop fighting, and always know that we're here for you. We're all in this together. We'll link the number for the suicide prevention hotline in the show notes. Stay healthy and stay safe, everybody. What's going on, everyone? Dr. Bob here. We're live. We're coming at you for episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Dom couldn't make it. I think, what did he say? Him and his twin brother are celebrating their 93rd birthday today.
Something like that. Yeah, I think there's like a new brand of Depends that came out. They want to be first in line for it tonight.
Yeah, I think they were getting was it AARP? AARP
They have to renew their AARP cards. Yeah.
It's like a Depends hard seltzer version. Depends or something.
Well, so Dom's not here this week. He's got shit going on today. So I, Dr. Bob, will be your host, and I am here with my lovely co-host, Chris P, and our one lovely guest, and one person we could generally do without on the show tonight. So our one lovely guest, Brilund, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Bob. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Chris, my lovely co-host, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, the beers are ice cold. The weather's a little warm outside. I'm having a great day. It's going to be a long weekend. Really can't complain. Happy 4th of July. If you're listening to this on the 3rd, it's not the 4th yet, but everyone knows you celebrate the 4th of July on the 3rd. That's the big day. So happy 4th of July to all our international listeners. Shout out to you as well. But for us, happy 4th of July. Barbecue, drink the beers, listen to the loud music, have a great time. But it's your boy, Chris P, the tallest and the lankiest motherfucker.
Also continue to socially distance, even if you're at said barbecues. And I think that's all the introductions we really needed this week. We could jump right into it if you want.
You know what, Bob? No. We have the OG Sig. The intern who does not do a fucking thing. Very That's bony, true. And sometimes I worry because if he turns to the side, he disappears. For some reason, he has like the headband on right now, the hair flowing in the wind that does not exist in his basement.
He looks like Ted Bundy.
Oh, he really does.
He looks like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, you're kind of scary, bro. But yeah, I guess we have to introduce him now. What up, intern Ken?
Yo, what's up, boys? What's up, Brilund? Nice to meet ya. How's it going, Chris?
Kid, man.
I love you, Bob.
Go ahead.
Go fuck yourself.
Whatever. Someone get him. Someone kick him out of the fucking call.
Honestly, we were just talking in Discord. It's like weebs versus the world right now. So, Ken, are you a weeb?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So I'm Brilund, you a weeb?
No. I'm with you. I'll fight Bob any day.
If you mean that in high school, I used to go to an anime club and watch bootleg VHS tapes. Would that make me a weeb?
Yeah, kind of.
That would make you a bigger weeb than me.
All right, here's the big question. Do you have a Crunchyroll subscription?
No, but I do know Warren, so I hop on there.
But you have one. Okay.
I have access.
All right, well, you're a weeb then, so it's me against the world, so...
Well, I mean, you have Ken on your side, and you could pick him up and throw him at people like a pencil, like a real sharp pencil.
What are they, like the throwing stars? They just flick and they like stick into stuff, yeah?
Yeah, but he'll fucking crumple up and float away.
I could give you like a paper cut or something.
We don't need it. Anyway, this is episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We got a couple of things to discuss today. We lost a member of the gaming and streaming community. Byron Bernstein, aka Wreckful. He is no longer with us. We're gonna briefly discuss that. We're gonna be talking about the whole DrDisrespect ban situation on Twitch. We're going to be talking about Animal Crossing and the ability to use a butt plug with it. So, you know, if you and your significant other are looking to spice things up a little bit, you know, you want to cut down some trees or something, a little foreplay and throw in there.
Just stick a butt plug in your ass and go fishing. You'll get off in no time.
It's fucking gross. We're going to briefly discuss Ubisoft's new Battle Royale Hyperscape. And then we're going to close it out with the UK House of Lords. Yeah, you heard that right. That's a real thing. The UK House of Lords is calling for a loot box regulation immediately.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What did you say? Whatever you
I just saw what Pete wrote. He called it Animal Crossing.
Wow. Wait, who wrote that article today?
That was me.
Missed opportunity, Chris.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I dropped the ball. But in for the silver lining on the whole thing, the company also tweeted at us. Thank you for the coverage. So shout out to buttplug.io, WGG and buttplug.io. We are one. We are in this together. I'm gonna talk to them. I want a sponsorship. I want a butt plug and like anal bead sponsorship.
I'm all for it, actually.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm a little hesitant. I'm not. I'm all for it.
No, I mean everyone likes sex. I mean, it's honestly, I think we'd make a good amount of money. Who's horny in the chat right now? Can I ever say if they're horny right now?
I hear Fleshlight gives out sponsorships like they're nothing.
Really?
Say that one more time.
Fleshlight gives out sponsorships like they're nothing.
All right, guys, and we're going to be closing up shop tonight for episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast.
Dude, I wish I knew that before I bought a fleshlight off Amazon.
Oh my god! All right, let's get into a little weekend recap. I didn't do anything this weekend. I continued a small portion of apartment hunting, not going well. I think I'm going to take a little break for a while. Spent some time with my girlfriend, played a bunch of Valorant. I am this close. You see this? If you're watching the stream right now, that's how close I am to finishing The Last of Us Part 2. And if we didn't have to record the fucking podcast tonight, I would have finished it by now.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to finish it after this episode of the podcast. And then there was also a big used game sale at GameStop, and I bought a bunch of games that I'm never going to get to. So that's that.
That's how it is. Just build up the backlog and never get around to it because you just keep buying more.
Yep.
It's like a flood and you have a bucket and you're throwing it on the other side of a chain link fence. Just keeps pouring back in.
But at that point, it's just but then there's like a tidal wave coming as well.
Yeah.
There's another fucking sale.
Yeah, and there's a flood going on in someone's house that's dumping out into the same puddle.
Yeah. How's everyone else's weekends?
That was good. Didn't really do too much. Had the normal Friday night WGG get together, played a little some drinking games. Really good time. Get the band back together. Really can't complain there. What did I do other than that? Oh my god, I feel like I piss a lot of people off because I like hang out with them and I completely forget. But probably had a couple drinks with some friends. I'm just gonna throw that blanket statement out there. Of course, still practicing social distancing. It is still a real thing. Shit going on in the world. But there's nothing that a nice little healthy buzz and being safe can't take care of. You know, have a couple beers 6 feet away. Give air fives. You know, like smoke cigarettes 6 feet away from one another. You know, just really get the camaraderie going. But that was my weekend. Nothing to really highlight too much. This one coming up, long weekend. Really looking forward to having a couple 4th of July beverages. You know, might have a couple. Might try a beer for the first time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that was my weekend. Nothing too crazy. Brilund, the mouth of the South from Down in Front podcast.
Sir.
How was your weekend, cousin?
My weekend was kind of uneventful. I don't know, like, even though if we look at the whole country's COVID situation is not good, basically in Wisconsin, not doing too shabby.
Not bad out here, man. Not bad out here.
Not sure why that is.
Here in Wisconsin, exactly.
But I still played it on the safe side. I did my errands and just kept it quiet, so it gave me plenty of time to play video games. I picked up Animal Crossing like 2 months ago, and it's like a daily routine now for me. And I was starting to feel like the burnout because there are all these other things I haven't been able to collect. No matter what islands I visit, I haven't gotten peaches or cherries or anything like that. And I was like, man, this sucks. It's just I guess the RNG is just broken in this game or something.
It's a broken, Bob would tell you, it's a broken game, right, Bob?
Yeah. And then
Well,
July came around, and I don't know
game.
if this is like normal Animal Crossing, but I was like, I've gotten all the fish I could and bugs I could, and then walk around my island. That's like, oh, those little leaf icons that look like all the equipment that you want to pick up and put around your house and stuff. It's like, I got tons of them on my island.
Yes.
And I go up to them, and they're all bugs. So they're walking around. I've never seen these bugs before. So I was like, I just collected 1,000 of these crazy leaf bugs that look like those different items that you collect too. So that was pretty nuts.
Wait, they hide? So I fell off in Animal Crossing. They hide as like recipes now?
Literally today. Literally this morning.
Yeah, they're called like leaf walkers.
What pieces
and
of shit?
They're bugs that look like leaves.
Really? That's so fucking... Well, Animal Crossing, I mean...
Chris, you're not going to play it anyway. You're not going to... It doesn't matter. You're never going to touch a game again. Ken, how was your weekend? Did you play anything?
I had one more thing I wanted to mention.
Okay, hold on one second. Ken, shut the fuck up. Brilund hasn't finished.
Also, checked out the new Smash player that was added, Min from ARMS. Don't know all 3 fans of ARMS played that or not. But she's definitely not my character. She's very tough for me to play. She's a ranged character. But she's got a really lot of different ways you can set her up and customize her, especially with the different hands she has. So I think a lot of people, if they actually master her, could definitely be beastie with her. So especially like anybody that's like really good at Samus or anybody that does a lot of like long distance cancellations, that would be very impressive just because her style is just so unique compared to everything else.
I'm so naive to the whole Smash like world, I guess. I know like the set in concrete characters or players, but other than that, I am so set back from that. I played with like my little cousin for the first time on like Thanksgiving, and that was the first time I played in a while. Nothing against it, just I haven't played in a long time. Ken, how was your weekend?
It was boring. I did so I went back to work full time this week. My first like full week back since whenever. I don't even know what day it is or month.
It's Saturday, bro.
No, it isn't. I had work today. What? No, I did a ton of like trainings to like get ready for work because work hates me. But I haven't like played anything, so I don't know.
I have played one thing that we will talk about at one point, so I'm not going to say it now. But I played one game that you'll find out how I feel about it in the near future.
It's
true. Hold on.
Wait. Animal Crossing, and he tested the butt plug, and he really enjoyed it.
All right, so no, that's not what it was. But all I'm saying is we cover video games. We have video game journalists, so I feel like I might have to just to report back, because who am I to talk about a product if I've never tried it?
That's a fair point.
You know what I
mean? That's journalistic integrity, Chris.
I know. I'm not going to bullshit. So like, if I invite you to Penn Island and I'm sitting there with my shovel hitting a rock for 3 hours straight, just mind your business. It's research. Just mind your business. Mind your business.
Very thorough.
Me and JB played Listerine too.
Listerine?
How is Listerine. No, Risk of Rain 2. How is that game? It looks super interesting.
It's a lot of fun. I like how they changed how you unlock characters now, and you do it by like quests sort of. I think that is a whole lot better than how they used to just be like play the game and you unlock them. So the quests like give it something to like actually do in the game and not just like horde mode for like 3 hours. So I enjoy that aspect of it, but yeah, a lot of fun.
Kenny, are you wearing a headset right now?
I got earphones.
I was going to say, if your hair was disguising like headphones, I would have been shocked.
That's rough.
So real touchy subject. Like we said before we opened up the podcast, a member of the gaming and streaming community has passed. His name was Byron Bernstein, aka Wreckful. I just wanted to see if any of you guys knew anything about him. I have previously watched some of his older videos, or like other video, or people taking some of his older videos of him discussing his mental health issues and how he was opening up about things. And like, I personally learned a lot about myself watching somebody open up in the manner that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if anybody knew anything about him. I knew he was a World of Warcraft legend. I knew he was at one point a top tier streamer. I think he took a step back at some point because he was developing a game. But yeah, I mean, if you look at anything going on Twitch or Twitter right now, you see communities gathering together in World of Warcraft to celebrate the life of Byron Bernstein. So it's a beautiful thing, but it's tragic that he's gone.
Yeah. So to be frank, I didn't know too much about him. I knew exactly who he was. I was just never really a big WoW guy. So he's giant in that community, and I understood that, and I knew who he was, and I know that he was an absolute pioneer when it comes to Twitch streaming. I knew that, and in my understanding, he was one of the first people within the live streaming community that really spoke out about mental illness, which is something that is huge. Now that we look back at it and like everyone's starting to become comfortable talking about it, on the internet, that's not the easiest thing in the world. It's filled with fucking trolls and people that just want clicks. And it happened today. These motherfuckers, when like Twitch put out a statement about the whole thing, pretty much saying that like he pioneered this whole shit. Someone under it was saying like, I have a huge problem because one of these streamers who was very close to him said he was donating X amount of dollars of his donations from today to that, but we don't know how much the guy made. It doesn't matter about that. Like, first of all, it was not a charity stream. He's saying that like whatever I make today, I'm going to give to it. You don't have to disclose that, whatever. So backtrack a little bit. Mental health is a real fucking thing. We all understand that. And for him to go into one of the most toxic areas on the internet, which is live streaming and video games, let's be frank, it is. We try to shine a little light into it. We try to be funny. We try to crack jokes, and we try to just like bring that pastime that we all love back to us and just like laugh and escape for a little bit. But it's a very toxic community, and no one can deny it. No one can deny that. So that guy was going through it. We all know that. And for him to leave such a positive imprint on the world, I know it's a tragic thing that happened to him. It had to be done, and his name is going to be going on forever within this community. There should be in my opinion, there should be a global emote for him on everyone's Twitch now because of the impact that he had on everyone. So I tweeted this earlier too. And like I just said it, not to beat a dead horse, it's serious. It's serious. I'm not downplaying mental illness by any means. Everyone has their own demons that they deal with, some bigger than others. There's such a stigma behind it, which is what drives me nuts. People see the stigma going on behind mental illness, and in their heads, they're like, maybe I'm just nuts. Maybe people don't want to hear this. And that's why it's so difficult for people to speak out. We do want to hear this. Speak to us. People love you. You're passing your hurting on now. You're passing your hurting of right now onto someone else. If you do something stupid or something happens to you, please talk about it. And it's like, we are who we are. We are very transparent with who we are on the internet. So me personally, you can DM me, you can DM Bob, you can DM Kenny, you can DM Brilund, anyone in the world within this community at least. Please talk about it. There's nothing wrong with saying you're not okay. A lot of us aren't okay. Just talk about it. But rest in peace to him, man. It's today's a very tough day within the video game community. My whole timeline's been flooded for it today. And I watched Asmongold stream today, and he was in a place on World of Warcraft. Sorry, I'm naive to the whole thing. I don't play that often. But they were in like a Coliseum type thing. And there had to be hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 of people, just all in the same area paying tribute to Wreckful. So I don't know. It's a touchy subject. There's no light that you can really shine on it. But if you feel something, say something. You're not alone. And just take this as something. And Wreckful, thank you for the positive impact that you've put in such a toxic, I guess, community to an extent. His legacy is going to go on for a while. But rest in peace, man. That was, like I said, tough day.
Yeah, it was it was something that was very shocking and very sad that happened. And Wreckful, I personally never tuned in for his streams, but I definitely heard the name a lot, especially in the WoW PvP scene. I mean, he was the world's first level 3000 PvPer, which is probably one of his smallest accomplishments, but it's still pretty impressive for WoW. But I mean, from what I gathered after, like, I watched Asmongold today and I watched Lyric for a bit today, and they actually kind of saw him as a mentor. And so if you think of like those being two of the most popular people on Twitch, kind of paying the utmost respect to this guy, you're like, oh, he's an OG. I mean, he's the pioneer to this.
Yeah. He's a legitimate forefather.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I actually like kind of did a little bit of research, and I thought it was like neat where he did some unique creative things to engage socially. Like, I mean, not only kind of being public with his mental health, and as someone who does go to treatment for mental health issues and everything, I mean, that first step of just sharing it with people, it is tough.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to take that step. And it actually kind of inspired me to see like the video clip of him talking to a psychiatrist in front of however big his audience is, like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands tuning in. And even though you don't see those faces right there, I'm sure the pressure is still there as well to just kind of not necessarily entertain, but keep those people engaged and why this is special to you, but why you want to share it with them as well. And so all I can say is, I mean, may rest in peace. I hope he's found peace that he was looking for. And he did a lot of good for the streaming community. And we can see how, I mean, huge that's become, that it can actually cater to people of all ages and all different backgrounds as well. And it's nice that it is a kind of a universal appeal, but it does have this ugly side to it where people think that universal appeal gives them carte blanche to say whatever the hell they want, regardless of people's feelings or people's like beliefs or anything like that. And lastly, I'll just say that it is just kind of reassuring in a way, but also, I mean, when you feel that pressure, you got to find a way to let it out.
Yeah.
And that's why friends are there. Even if you're afraid, if you feel shame or anything, feel the shame. It's going to actually go through you and actually help you kind of understand what it is that you actually feel. But friends are there to be for you. So if anybody wants to talk to me, I'll be here for you. And as always, this is a great community that we have here. So I think we got everybody's back here as well.
$1,000,000,000. And like obviously we can throw it out after this. You brought up a really good point that made me think about it. This, like, if you live stream, right, you are you, but there's also a front that you're putting on when you're in front of your audience. You don't want to step in bringing outside baggage with you and just be like, You want to be lively. You want to you're an entertainer. You want to like put on for those people that are there to watch you. So you kind of put it in the background while you're doing that, but it still exists in the back of your head. And the more stuff you put into a bottle, the closer it is to explode. So you have to find a way to get it out there. You have to find a way to talk to someone, and it's something else. Cam, what do you think about the whole thing?
I mean, I think Chris, you and Bob both said it best. He was a pioneer and a forefather for the World of Warcraft streaming community. I mean, without echoing everything you guys said, I mean, mental illness is a real thing, and everybody will go through it at least once in their life, if not multiple times. And I mean, just based off my past experiences, it's like, feel free to climb in my DMs. I'll listen. If you don't want me to talk, I'll just listen, and I'll help you through whatever you gotta get off your chest and go through. But it's important that you do talk about whatever is going on in your life, and you don't want to bottle that up, Zach, because it's not good for you.
No, and there's nothing wrong with talking to someone. Everyone has like too much pride. They think there's like too much pride to go to a therapist and too much pride to talk to someone about it. There's not. Talk to someone. And I know it's like, it's easier said than done, right? I'm just here. I'm a douchebag on the internet, just like preaching everything. And I know it's like easy for me to say, but I'm trying to level it. I'm trying to level it. Like, no one's gonna think differently of you for asking for help, and like, please do it. I've had enough with people losing their lives or taking their lives because of things that they've had bottled up for a while. Try your best to let it out, and just like keep the people close to you, and the people that are smiling too, the people that seem like they're having a great time. Check on them too, because you don't know what facade they're putting on either.
Well, I mean, I think we all covered everything about the Reckful situation. It's super fucked up that it happened. It's super fucked up the things that he put himself through, but it's beautiful to see people coming together for him to celebrate the person that he was. So R.I.P. Reckful. Yeah, it's a tough day for the industry. But speaking of the industry, there's also been some crazy shit going on with arguably one of Twitch's top streamers. DrDisrespect has been permanently banned, kicked from the platform. Literally nobody knows. There's a bunch of question marks surrounding it. I've come up with a dozen theories in my head. One of which includes he's going to start his own streaming platform with Ninja and Shroud now that they're out of the Mixer contracts. Another is he's trying to rebrand himself from DrDisrespect so he can be a streamer as Guy Beam, and then he could take his internet persona and use that into the several avenues of his career that he wants to go in, with like cartoons and comic books and television and whatnot.
He went back to his home planet.
Potentially, nobody fucking knows. Literally, nobody knows. There's just everything that comes out about this ban. There's just more question marks following it.
I agree.
So I have no fucking clue.
I've literally lost sleep as someone who is on social media more than anyone in the world. I've literally had alerts set on my phone for people that would break the news first. And if my phone buzzes at 3 a.m., I look at my phone. I'm telling you, I've been losing sleep over this whole thing. And I've also had my my guesses going through my head on what's happening. And of course, this is all speculation. There's no shade behind this, but like it's just things going on in my head. I had the streaming service in my head. I thought that was a thing. And of course, like I posted something about like a 4chan article that came out about Ninja, Shroud, and Doc starting their own streaming platform. Twitch got wind of it, cut his contract, yada, yada. When you rewatch his last stream, that's hard to believe. The only way I can see that guy getting so upset about them catching on is, holy shit, I got caught. I'm not going to be allowed back on this platform, the platform that made me. That's why he could get upset. But when you rewatch it, in his eyes, you see a lot more happening. And I can't fucking grasp it. I thought of something about like laundering money and what he has going on behind the scenes that, once again, is pure speculation. And there's no shade towards Doc on this. This is just what we get. We have no news, so I have to start to like let my brain go. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know if there's something happening where he was cheating Twitch out of money. I don't know if they caught on and cut him off because they lost so much, and then they gave all his subs back because we don't want pot in the dirty money. Twitch was kind of trying to like clean their hands with it. I don't fucking know. All I know is it came out in a very difficult time, where Twitch started cracking down on all the sexual assaults that were happening.
Yeah.
And let me iterate again. Let me bring the disc back again. This is pure speculation. I am not saying anything about the man. I love DrDisrespect. I love the character he is. I love the guy that he is. I love what he's done for the streaming community. But the timing on it, you can't look past it. It's like what the fuck is happening? I don't know. I don't want it to be true. I don't see it being true. But that's what's making everyone go nuts about the whole thing. So, in my eyes, I hope everything's okay. I hope that it's just a breach of contract and a couple months go by and everyone's like, why were we so fucking worked up about this? It was just a breach of contract, no big deal. Just pay us a couple $1 million for breach of contract, and that's all. But I don't know. Like I said, I've lost sleep about this thing, and I feel like the whole community has lost sleep over it. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Just because it happened literally out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, no reasoning behind it, nothing. It was just like...
Yeah, it's like, Disrespect Watch Day 7 or something like that.
yeah.
And just everybody, it's like almost like the top article on Reddit. It's the top like headline on Twitter. It's crazy how much more exposure he's gotten for this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is interesting. I part of me just says like this, even though the timing was not really good when it came out, that it is not it's not something that we've seen from last week with sexual assault allegations or anything. I don't think that's it. What I would think is, I think the most plausible thing is the breach of contract and everything has to be kind of lawyered up and behind doors. I've also heard that there's litigation and mediation happening between Spotify and Twitch to kind of have Spotify wrap up these contracts, and that Spotify is just gonna take Ninja, Shroud, and DrDisrespect and create this brand new streaming gaming service.
I hope they do. I would love to see Spotify get involved.
That's another like major rumor that I've heard as well, that Spotify is looking to branch into that now. They started with exclusivity for podcasts, and I think that's been rumored previously. So if this is all happening, there's legitimate potential.
Think about that. We just scored Joe Rogan for a boatload of money, but he's also going to make us a boatload of money. We're already in debt. Well, we're already paying out millions of dollars. What's a couple more $1 million to pay a couple of lawyers, to buy a couple people out, to take the heat and put these strong NDAs in where people talk about this? We even find them more. What's a little more money? So they got Joe Rogan. They're going to have money coming in fucking no time. What's a couple more million to buy the biggest gaming personalities in the world?
Yeah, and if it is a character rebranding or anything, I think he would get so much backlash from that because, especially with the timing, and even if he had this plan months in advance, just with the timing, and if he's just like, oh, did I set up this day for this to happen, but now I have to wait a little bit longer because of all these issues that came up. And then if he comes back as rebranded as Guy Beam or anything, a lot of people give him shit being like, oh, you use terrible situations to kind of up your cred and stuff.
I agree with that.
So that's why I think it is like he's trying to jump ship. And then also we know that DrDisrespect signed with CAA last year. So that's a movie agency. Yeah. And so that it's been some of his plans to branch out. Is this just branding drama that he's trying to build up? Is it all DrDisrespect trying to be a some type of celebrity that can build this mystery and stuff? Who knows?
Could be. If anyone's going to do it, it's him.
Yeah. And even after putting out probably the coolest commercial that Twitch has ever seen come out, it's very odd situation, but I'm hoping that it's something that will work out. We're going to actually see a nice, healthy competitor to Twitch and kind of just broaden out what streaming is.
You know what this is? This is Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is orchestrating this whole thing, and DrDisrespect is going to the WWE.
The CTO is Austin Creed.
Kenny, what do you think?
I think it's weird that we haven't heard anything from Twitch other than the refunding of his Twitch subs and like a blanket statement. But besides that, nothing has come from Twitch, which I think is the weirdest part of this whole drama situation.
I think I think that's the most. I think that's the most normal part of this situation.
You think so?
Because he's a multi-million-dollar partnered, contracted service for them. Like that. I totally understand why Twitch isn't making any statements. They need to get everything litigated first, and they need to get everything sorted first legally, and then they can make a statement. It's not like if this was us getting fucking banned, we'd get a statement and we'd be like, all right, cool, we fucked something up. We're banned for a week. But we didn't sign any multi-million-dollar deal with them.
Yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Big fact Spotify, what up? Twitch, what up?
I'll finally make a Spotify account.
Hey, what do you mean? You don't subscribe to Not Another Gaming Podcast on Spotify?
I use Apple Podcasts. That's okay.
That's good enough.
How do you kick people out of these calls?
Oh my God, Ken! All right, keep going before I interrupted you.
Where was I? Oh, weirdest thing. Twitch. No. Also, I think it's weird that Doc is like out there saying that he hasn't heard anything from Twitch yet. I don't
think
see
that's
how that could
bullshit.
be possible. I don't see how that could be possible. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, this sounds like a straight up Dr. Disrespect like on brand move for him to like completely shut down for like months and then come back. He's done it once before. I would not put it past him to do it again. Granted, the timing is weird and it looks really, really bad, but I mean, that's the Doc. Like he's
Yeah, but so
crazy
many
mad.
people are going to be. Granted, he has a huge audience, right? There's so many ride or die Doc people that
Exactly.
like if he loses 10,000 people that don't agree with what he did, that's a drop in the bucket. He doesn't care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
At least
feel
the
like a
one
lot
thing
of-
that's coming out of this is the memes that are being generated.
Dude, there's so many. All right, so let's say this, right? Everyone know who Rod Breslau is, right? Slasher. He won't even talk about it. I don't sign NDA Slasher, who will break anything. And he went on, I think it was Trainwreck's podcast, and he was just like, I got yelled at by Doc's PR people to like not speak, so I'm not going to speak on it because I don't feel comfortable talking on it. It has to be something legit. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm like,
breach of contract. It has to be a Twitch breach of contract. And I'm assuming, so who did I speculate this with? I speculated this with Scrap the other day. It's potential breach of contract, but he did it on purpose because he wants to leave and go to potentially a Spotify platform. And if that's the case, if Spotify is willing to pay $90 million to get Joe Rogan exclusively on their platform, what is however many $1 million it is to pay out to buy out Doc's contract?
Yeah.
If he signed a contract for $20 million with Twitch, okay, congratulations. Spotify shells out $20 million to cover that, and then they give him $45 million to be exclusive on their platform. Like, that's what I think it is. I think he intentionally breached. Again, all speculation. All speculation. Nobody actually has the answers. Nobody has any inkling of insight into this. I think he probably intentionally breached his contract with Twitch, and he's doing it in order to get bought out by Spotify. And if that's the case, you can assume that that's being done for Ninja and Shroud.
okay, so devil's advocate, right? The video of him on his last stream looking at his phone and the video we posted on Twitter, it was 1 minute and 58 seconds into the video. He looks at his phone and his whole demeanor changes. His whole demeanor changes. And then as he's continuing to stream, very monotoned and like not Doc, his wife comes into the room. Like that's what it seems like. Once again, allegedly. His wife comes into the room and he makes like a story out of it where he's talking to his chat. And he's like, oh my God, like, Miss Disrespect just came into the room right now. She has a blade in her hand. Oh, and then he's like, oh, all right, like 1 second. But like to me, he's trying to tell her, hold on, while not like breaking character and like still trying to act like Dr. Disrespect. And then out of nowhere at the end, he was like holding tears, like you saw it in his voice and you like saw it under his glasses where his like cheeks were like rising up. You knew he was holding back tears. And at the end, as he ends stream, he literally just gets up and goes, fuck, and just gets right up.
Right.
And then just like his outro goes on. How is that something good? How is that
So
taking
weird.
the next step? Is it?
I mean,
could
the
he
worst
really
I
put
can think
on?
of is maybe he's been keeping California's prosecution at bay for the whole E3 bathroom thing. And
Yeah,
they finally said, hey, you got to show up in court or something like that.
Yeah, okay. That's something that we didn't bring up either. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. In my eyes, that wasn't like, okay, fuck you, moving on to the next step in my life. I know it's going to cost me a lot of money. That was more of a holy shit, I got caught. And he was worried, like visibly worried. And the way he ended things, in my eyes, that text was like, I'll be honest, we take pride in doing it, right? In my eyes, that phone, him looking at the phone, to me, speculation, was his wife downstairs texting him hey, they're here, or something like that. And he was like, shit. And then she comes into the room. She's like, guy, you have to like hurry things up. He's like, oh, 1 second. And like just trying. And then at the end, he was like, all right, I have to go. I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
So, I mean, we could dance around this literally for the rest of the podcast. But before we move on to the next topic, I would like to hear all of your most outlandish, what is the most ridiculous scenario that has taken place for this? I personally think the FBI might have kicked down his door and had guns pointed at him at any given moment. And I think right before he shut the stream off, I think you could see behind him a katana. And I think he was going for it. I think he was reaching for a katana. That's what I think might have happened.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
I think a gamer super PAC got together and raised enough money for him to soonly announce his candidacy for president of the United States.
We could use him. We could for sure use him.
I think there was a UFO in front of his house where he already signed a deal with the aliens, saying that
for their streaming platform,
they have a streaming platform coming out.
The Mars streaming platform.
Yeah. Extraterrestrial streaming service, ETSS. It's going to be great, phenomenal. We've already gotten offers from there. We've politely declined, but they're going to knock on the door any second. I think the aliens were out front. They already had the beam coming down. 2 of the aliens, one of them really buff. The other one was kind of like a beta that the buff guy bosses around. He was like sent to knock on the door. The wife yelled at him and he had to go outside and get abducted by aliens. And now he's going to be streaming from ETSS.
All right. I think him looking at his phone was his wife texting him, telling him you're going to die tonight. And
I just gave
walking
birth
into the room. I just
gave birth.
He's like, not again. No, but his wife is walking in, and she actually has a blade, and she actually is has killed the doc, and the doc is missing, and Mrs. Assassin is now running the DrDisrespect everything.
So you're saying that
that's
Dr.
the
Disrespect's...
rebrand. That's the rebrand.
It's his wife now? So you're saying Doc's wife killed him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Riot knocked down his door and tried to beat him up for all the shit he gave Valorant.
I think Epic Games was at the door, and now he has to become exclusively a Fortnite streamer.
The audio designer for Warzone was at his door saying, how about you listen to these footsteps and just start stomping them.
Wow.
You've talked too much.
All right. Okay. Chris, tell us about the butt plug situation for Animal Crossing.
Okay. So Kyle Machulis, who runs Butt Plug Sex Toy Control Project, right now he has a Patreon and a YouTube channel, created a way to connect sex toys, his Hush butt plug, he calls it, to Animal Crossing to spice up those island dates and to make everyday chores feel a little more thrilling. Quick and dirty, it is a butt plug that connects to your Nintendo Switch, and every time your Switch was to vibrate, so does the butt plug. So Kyle is making this to spice up games by putting a butt plug in while you play. And I never knew Animal Crossing Tinder dates were a thing. I might have to look into it. Science, once again, just kind of see how it goes. But this is wild. I respect the shit out of it. Let me preface it by that. But this is wild. Imagine you can dial up Animal Crossing, arguably one of the most innocent games ever, and that will ever exist, with a piece of rubber jammed in your ass. And every time you swing your net and hit a tree, every time you swing your net and hit a rock, every time you swing your net and hit another player, it jingles in your cornhole. Just jingles, get you off a little bit. So he's saying that it's just trying to spice up video games, which it absolutely is. I think a lot's going to come out of this. I think this opens up a big avenue for OnlyFans, where you bring the gamers into it as they already are, but you'll get other people into it as well, where there's going to be live streams on OnlyFans of people playing video games, but every time they die in Call of Duty, the butt plug goes. If they die from a headshot, it goes to level 3 level and goes
Chris,
even
those
stronger.
exist.
Yes, I know, but they already exist on like the cam websites, but not in video games. I've watched those. Like if you get enough donations, the butt plug jingles harder.
That barrier is breaking down real quick.
I know, but like
Rule 34.
this is niched down strictly to video games, and you start off with Animal Crossing. I think these things can catch on before you know. There's nipple tassels. There's like ball and whips, whatever they call them. There's gonna be a lot of shit going on. According to Kyle. From buttplug.io, which we are boys now, there are already dominatrix in Animal Crossing that have like dungeons set up. And there's people that get off by going into Animal Crossing in these dungeons. And on his video that's on wickedgoodgaming.com, I posted it on our article today. He explained the best way to use it with another person in the game. If you dig a hole, another player can fall into it. And as you fall into it, that hole, your switch vibrates until you get out of it. That's some dominatrix shit right there. You get out of the hole when I tell you to get out of the hole, and the butt plug is just going haywire. It must be a solid nut. I mean, say it how it is, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about the whole thing. I think this is revolutionary. I think this is great. Let people come while they're playing Animal Crossing. This is phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been an interesting like crossroads between technology and the sex industry. Like, I know Rez, when it came out, I think Sega themselves made a vibrator for it, and so
dude,
there were people that
the porn industry leads everything. That's the thing. They fucking spearhead everything.
Dude, sex sells. Everyone knows that. Sex sells. Everyone wants to ejaculate. Everyone. Why not do it in the comfort of your own home by playing a video game that you thoroughly enjoy? I don't see any problem with it. I've came to a lot worse. If I can come going fishing in Animal Crossing, I'll see you there. I'll see you by the river, pal. I'll be there.
How high are those turnip prices?
Oh my god, 600 a bell? Like I didn't fire it up. Making bank while I blow a load? Yeah. Kenny, what do you think, Ken?
All I have to say is the furries have found their way into Animal Crossing, and I don't want to see it.
Dude, furries are gonna move to the island now.
Found their way in. They fucking started the island. What do you mean?
Yeah.
God. Well, I mean,
Tom
like,
Nook is a furry.
Goldshire. I know. Like I'm saying, Goldshire in World of Warcraft was where all the furries used to like hide and like do their thing, whatever.
Not good and stuff.
No, you don't have to beat around the bush. What do you mean,
was.
do their thing? You can be specific. It's fine. This is not another gaming podcast.
All right, like e-sex chat, whatever the hell that entails. I don't know.
Okay.
I might have to test it out for journalism purposes.
Dude,
like, I don't know.
Oh my god, there was a column in RuneScape in one of the major castles that people would just go in there and e-sex. Yeah. And I was 10 years old walking into that place. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Now at 27, I'm ready to stop playing RuneScape again.
No. Lion's Pride Inn in Goldshire is a straight up whorehouse. There's people that hook up through there. They use it to like do any type of pretty much what people use for Tinder, people would use the Lion's Pride Inn for that too.
I think it's better than what's going on, to be honest, this whole thing. Because you can go on Pornhub, no free ad. Well, yeah, free ad, Pornhub, shout out Pornhub. But you can
sponsor us. I would love to. Give me some free premium. Sponsor us.
Wow, not another gaming podcast brought to you by buttplug.io and Pornhub. Get off now. But you can go on Pornhub and type in any video game you want, and there's porn for it. I think there's like a rule on Reddit. It's called like Rule 73 or whatever the fuck it's called. Why not do it with another actual person? I feel like it makes things better. All right, so let's sit in front of town hall and just hit each other with nets until we both climax. I mean, what's the matter with that? There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong. I used to like. No, I'm not gonna get too into it, but yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot worse. Like, there's some hot pages in like the Home Depot gardening section, and like, I'd rather do it with like another actual person in a video. I don't see anything wrong with it. Future.
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Look. Yeah. As long as you're not fucking hurting anybody or doing anything illegal, congratulations, go right ahead. Doesn't fucking matter.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what we call innovation.
Yeah.
Okay. This is innovation at its finest. We are integrating sex, we're integrating toy play, and we are integrating video games.
This is how you pioneer and stuff. This
Exactly.
is breaking new ground. It's weird at first, but might become the norm.
I wouldn't even consider it weird. So what?
All right. So
Who fucking cares?
So you're at your girl's house, right? She pulls out the nice vintage bottle of 2017 red wine. Like, hey,
Vintage. Yep, vintage.
I made a charcuterie board too. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna be a great night. You know, the red wine, we're both gonna get a little jazzed up. Yeah, let's do it. So we're sitting there, right? You know, some nice music comes on, some lo-fi Japanese hip hop, and you're sitting there you're like, wow, I'm getting a little randy right now. And out of nowhere, she just looks at you from across the room. Just pulls out the Nintendo Switch. You're like, hey, let's get it on. She's like going.
And then there's just there's a wire from the Switch going into the back of her pants.
Go into the other room. I'm in.
Oh wait,
I'm in front of the water.
Hold on, is it wireless or is there a wire attached to this?
No, it's wireless, bro. It's wireless.
Okay, all right, okay.
It's like the old earphones, like you're talking like Dixie cups in the other room, but like two butt plugs.
Wires in the past.
It needs a fucking excess power port, and you're gonna plug it into the wall and the Switch.
Dude, imagine VR coming to it too.
Oh shit! VR Animal Crossing porn?
No, just like
Jesus.
VR as a whole that connects to sex toys. You won't have to date anyone ever again.
Those also exist.
Yeah, women won't need us anymore. They already don't need us, but
They don't.
Okay. Oh my god. We're getting into a real fucked up part of the episode. So let's move along here.
kind of horny talking about it.
Same.
Yep. You guys can just relax. Just fucking relax. Jesus Christ. So Ubisoft is releasing a new battle royale. A little late, Ubisoft. It's called Hyperscape. It's a fast-paced, low-gravity, first-person battle royale. Who fucking cares? Big yawn.
I got a drop today, so I was actually hands-on with it.
So is it in beta right now, or is it free and available to everybody?
I wouldn't even call it beta. It's like, I forget what they call it. It's something like something testing. So I call it like a beta, I guess.
Stress
Alpha,
test.
maybe. Yeah, stress test to an extent. But I played it for probably around, 3 hours max today. And it is very fast paced. I will tell you that. It has Apex Legends feel to it, but Quake gunplay. But for such a fast paced game, the time to kill is 3 months. It is like not enjoyable. You can shoot at someone, no lie, with 2 clips, still have to get safe, reload, and put like another 2 into them to kill them. The time to kill is way too high. I am like looking at my screen like all over the place, which I like, because when I play BRs, I like playing for the win, don't get me wrong, as you should. But I like going for frags. I like going for kills. I like it. I mean, that's just how I find my fun. I don't want to sit in one spot on a roof and just camp and wait till the final circle to finally start shooting at someone. No. I want to go nuts. I want to hunt down kills. If I die with 20 kills and we lose, whatever. I mean, that was a great game. I don't care about the win. I want the kills. This game has that if they lower their time to kill because it's nonstop. The map, it's big, but I like the way that they, quote unquote, like close the circle that you would see in your normal BRs, but it's like a faction of the map that crumbles to the ground. And as it's crumbling, and once it fully crumbles, you're like able to run through the buildings and stuff. Like they're like falling down. It's like super like webby and there's no detail anymore where you can just run through everything. It was fun. Do I think it's a game that I would go back to right now? No, I do not. It was a good try. It's just not my cup of tea at the moment. Do I think there's a marketplace for it? And do I think that there's a scene to be had with this? Potentially. I don't know. It's still too far into this whole thing. I like what they're going for, a fast-paced BR, but I don't know. Just doesn't really tickle me. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw Lyric play a little bit of it, and I mean, from what I saw, I definitely picked up on that fast-pacedness, but I did also I see that all the characters seem like bullet sponges, and it takes forever, so it's an Ubisoft game for you.
Yeah. Bullets don't do a thing. It's absolutely bananas. They do not do a thing.
Yeah, and I was digging like the aesthetic of it, like this kind of like you're in a cyberspace BR. I thought was pretty neat. I like the gun animation, switching between guns, how
Yeah,
they're just
like,
like animating right in front of
Yeah.
you. I thought that was a neat like gimmick and stuff that be a little fun, but it looks like it also slows down switching between guns a lot. But also heard this has some type of Twitch integration into it, so that I didn't pick up on. Just wondering what that is. Is it kind of like Hunger Games and people can send you
Yes.
tributes or something?
Dude,
That's a very good
they're
comparison.
not the first game to do it, though. That's the fucking thing. The Darwin Project tried that, and the Darwin Project doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
And that was a good fucking game.
it was very fun.
The Darwin Project was a good fucking game. And you know who else tried to do a super fast-paced, futuristic battle royale first-person shooter? Islands of Nine. That game doesn't exist. So when you take Islands of Nine, a failed battle royale, and you mix it with the Darwin Project, a failed battle royale that was still pretty fucking good, and you put them together, what do you get? You get a failed Ubisoft battle royale.
The whole Twitch integration, like, I like the idea. It doesn't work, but I like the idea. Like Brilund said, it's very Hunger Game-ish, where there's people behind a monitor, people behind a keyboard that determine what goes on, but nothing that the crowd can determine breaks the game or makes it like not fair for anyone. It doesn't matter like how many viewers you have or anything like that. Everyone's going to be on the same playing field when it comes to that. Yes, there'll be more votes coming from certain people, yada yada. But the ones that I saw, it's like anti-gravity, infinite ammo, and something about med packs or like gear like full health or whatever, something like that. But nothing is really broken within there because everyone's still kind of on the same level. But it is what it is. I mean, there's randomly dropped events that happen in Warzone now. You have like your gunship, you have your jailbreak, you have stuff like that where it's randomly generated. You never really know what's going to happen in this game. But I don't know. Like I said, I like the idea, but I don't see this. Like Ubisoft, yeah, it is a Ubisoft game, I'll tell you that. I hope it has something because I believe, and don't quote me on this, it was developed by the same people as Rainbow Six. I could be wrong, but that's what I think I read. I was hoping for a little more. It was very hyped up, and some people like it. Yeah, to each his own. You don't have to please everyone, but me personally, as someone who played it for 3 hours today, I'm not going to jump back to it, I'll tell you that. I'm not going to run back to my computer to play, what is it, Hyperspace? Hyperspace with like people like, oh yeah, we need a third. Hyperscape.
Escape.
Yeah, Hyperscape. You want to get on Hyperscape, be the third? I'm not going to be sprinting to my computer like, nah, man, I'm good. I get the butt plug in on Animal Crossing. I'm chilling.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why they didn't use one of their existing franchises to launch a BR, because you would think like a Division BR would just attract that crowd and attract like more people to it because it's a known name. You put something, slap Hyperscape on it and just use the same type of engines for it, you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope for the best for the game, but personally, don't like it. And as everyone knows that listens to this, we're very transparent about what we like and we do not like. I didn't like it. My eyes were burning. The art style was kind of cool. Didn't really do it for me too much. I like how they were trying to get creative, and like the gimmicks and the animations are really cool, but those only mean so much if the actual gameplay stinks.
Wow, Wolf coming in with 2 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Ken, what's up? You gonna go represent WGG in a professional Hyperscape environment? Because I'm not I'm not gonna do it.
How was the tick rate?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Is it better?
Question,
is it better than Warzone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like I'm so burnt out for BRs. I can't play any more BRs. I can't do it. No matter how fast this game appears to be, I can't do BRs anymore. They're just I watched TVU play it for like 30 minutes and I was like, I'm not interested at all. Like
How long do you think?
Like,
how long do you think the BR genre is gonna last?
it's gonna be forever. They're just gonna keep making garbage ones, and then Call of Duty is gonna come out with one every year, and Fortnite's gonna be on chapter 45, and it's gonna be Fortnite and whatever Call of Duty one comes out. Like every other BR to me, I mean all BRs suck, but like those are the 2 staples in my opinion. PUBG dead, H1Z1 dead.
Well, there's a spiritual successor to H1 coming out It's called.
Cool. I bet you.
It's called honorrhea. It sounds
Gonorrhea?
like it sounds like gonorrhea, and it's
Gonorrhea,
called honorrhea.
diarrhea.
Is that actually the name of it, Bob?
Yeah, it's ANAREA. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce
Garbage.
it. I pronounce it honorrhea, like gonorrhea.
How did that pass?
Bob,
I don't know.
Bob, can I borrow your tinfoil hat for a second?
Oh my goodness! I'm so glad you asked.
Actually,
Here.
Bob, make him
Here.
one. Make him
Oh,
one. Make
here.
him one.
Hold on.
So he
Let
has some.
me just fucking
Craft one up for him.
Yeah, Brilund, I'm gonna. Oh, so you're right above me. I'm gonna hand you.
Oh, okay. I'll grab it. Oh, thank you. Tinfoil hats on, everyone.
Okay, let me get mine now.
All right.
Wait. Where is it? Got it.
If I sold my tinfoil hat on eBay, it would go for $3 million. You know who I am?
Shut the fuck. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Created in the entire universe.
Shut up.
All right.
Brilund's time.
So, tinfoil hat moment. In 2 years, we're gonna see the sequelitis of whatever BR games are popular right now.
Okay.
God, I hope so.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see PUBG 2, Fortnite 2, all those BRs. And Warzone is going to be annually just upgraded and moved to the next Call of Duty. They've already said that too.
Yep.
So we're getting to that point where that genre is going to start to take its next steps. They're going to play around with stuff, or they're going to either please just make sure your net code works good and focus on either the net play a lot, or they're going to just see how far they can push it graphically or anything like that.
Yeah, it's going to turn into like a sports game where not much changes besides graphics. I know that with Call of Duty, COD 2020, Cold War, I believe it's rumored to be called, they're making their own, which I think is the dumbest move in the world. Why are you going to segregate your fucking player base when Warzone
they do it every fucking year?
But
just don't take half a terabyte up on my hard drive, please.
It's too late.
What?
You know they're gonna. It's
too
gonna be
late.
500 gigs first day patch.
You guys want to hear a TikTok I made today?
Yeah.
Screaming about updates.
Is this a new segment of the fucking show?
And God forbid I played a little Warzone. I dialed the thing up, and I have another 60 gigabyte fucking update right in my face. My hard drive doesn't have any room left. It's sweating. I need a whole new Xbox, a whole new PC. My hard drive needs help. This is ridiculous. It could wait 2 days to play a game that I spent fucking $800 on with all their goddamn microtransactions. Bullshit.
I mean, I'm not wrong. Every time I turn around, my it's like Andre the Giant in the corner of the room, begging, oh, no. It's like my hard drive's please don't download another update.
Oh yeah, the temperature in my room rises 10 degrees when those updates are downloading and
Dude,
stuff.
My computer sounds like it's gonna take off.
And I love that. I love that. There's one line in the patch notes this time that says PC optimizations included, and that's it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate
whatever that means.
Yeah, how about you up the fucking tick rate? Well, okay, that concludes our segment of TikToking with Chris. We're gonna shelve that segment for
Renegade
forever.
Next week.
We're gonna shelve that segment literally forever. I'm gonna take it out back and throw it in a hole.
We also have 9,000 followers on TikTok, so if you're listening to this and you don't follow us on TikTok, please go follow us on TikTok at Wicked Good Gaming.
Shout out Lorenzo for the 22-month resub. Woo! I can't actually read what he said, so I'm just gonna skip right over it.
He said F Bob, and for the sake of Dom not being here, I will give Lorenzo what he deserves. Boy! There you
go. So I feel like this has to be spoken about. This needs to be discussed. We need to touch upon this subject. But the UK has been leading the charge for regulating loot boxes in video games. For some reason, nowhere else gives a shit. But the UK is like, you know what? Fuck this. Get on our backs, the rest of the world. We're going to spearhead this for all of you. So the UK House of Lords, that's an actual political party, the House of Lords.
Love that.
They're calling for loot box regulations. They're claiming that, sorry, I get the article pulled up right here. It has to do with the Gambling Act in the UK. They offer players a chance at a randomized reward when opened. To further complicate matters, boxes can often be bought for real money, and the rewards can sometimes be traded. So what they want to do is they want to file it into the Gambling Act that if a person is susceptible to predatory gambling actions similar to a casino, it also falls under that segment of the Gambling Act when it comes to video games. Because if you're susceptible, Jesus, I can't say the fucking word. If you are susceptible to that predatory nature when it comes to casinos and gambling real life money, when it involves real life money in video games, and you are also susceptible, you are therefore at risk. So what they want to do is they want to further and fully regulate loot boxes in video games. And if that's the case, games like FIFA, you won't be able to purchase loot boxes in the UK. And if stuff like that all starts in the UK, you would have to then assume that would trickle into other countries. Because at what point would a major developer for a game like FIFA decide, okay, we're going to make a version of this game for the UK that doesn't include loot boxes, but then the rest of the world does include loot boxes? So it's super fucked up, the situation that's going on, that their quote unquote surprise mechanics are now being regulated or about to be regulated. So EA, Ubisoft, every other fucking company that has microtransactions in your game, which is every fucking company, tighten up that belt, fucking tighten that shit up, because the UK House of Lords is coming to pick your fucking pockets.
I think the House of Lords has to grow the fuck up.
Shut up, Chris.
I think they do. If someone wants to gamble, let them gamble. I go to the casino, 3 shades to the wind, I'm seeing triple, and roulette's 37-1. Where's the help with me? When I'm putting $500 down on red. Where's the help there? I'm not thinking right. Where's the help? I think a lot of these big-time developers bank on those quote-unquote loot boxes or cards or anything that people open up. I think if this passes and trickles down into other countries, those developers are going to be developers and publishers are going to be in for a rude awakening, because a big piece of their revenue is going to disappear. So instead of them putting out another 2K game, where guess what? Hey, in the new generation of 2K games, the game's going to go up an extra $10. They are now $70, which that just came out today. They're going to be $70 on the new gen console. And
yeah,
it's because these games take so much to develop now that we're on the new gen. Everything is the same from last year, but you know what? The sweat stains under the players' armpits, they're more prominent now. You can see them. They glisten. You could tell that the players are sweating, and I think that's worth the $10. Those people are in for a rude awakening. They actually have to do something different now, instead of just putting a new image over the game, throwing it in with the new player on the cover. If this
everybody saw the increase in price coming. This should have happened years ago.
I mean, how much farther could we climb up?
$80 max. I don't think anybody would ever pay any more than $80.
I mean, Neo Geo cartridges went for like $500 when they came out.
Dude, like this. Yeah. So the thing is, when you look at inflation and when you look at the evolution of the video game console generations, what was it? The $60 price point started with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 2, and that hasn't changed in 20 fucking years. Of course, cost of production increases every year that innovations take place in the video game landscape. Of course, it's going to keep going up, but the price never adjusted to it. So, like, this should have happened years ago. I'm not saying, look, I'm happy that I have to pay more for video games, but I'll be happy to pay more for video games if you stop cramming microtransactions down my throat.
Yeah.
But let me buy your skins.
Yeah. Maybe I don't play enough video games, but I feel like the worst of microtransactions are behind us. There aren't many microtransaction systems out there that I would actually see are offensive. I still not a fan of the buy keys to open the boxes we give to you system. I still think that's total horseshit. Please stop doing that Rocket League.
Bob's insulted right now. The kid that's jumped thousands of dollars into CS.
I don't know.
And all he got was a fucking $300 butter knife that he thought was the coolest thing in the world.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you are making this shit up.
I mean, to me, still Overwatch is like the standard bearer of making like that system and not have it where people want to dive in and just spend tons of money to get that one gold gun or whatever it is. But I think Blizzard even has a game that makes it a bit better, which is Heroes of the Storm, which unfortunately, since they did gut out all the reason to play that game, it's kind of nonsensical, but their loot box system is actually really cool, where while you play the game, you collect gems, and if you get a number of gems, you can actually re-roll whatever your loot boxes are, and it actually will always increase your odds of getting better things every time you re-roll it.
So we think there's no regulation. We don't know that.
I mean, that's how it's designed.
You think?
In HOTS.
That's what we think.
That's how it's designed in HOTS. I mean, would Blizzard lie to you?
Yes.
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 Yep.
I think they have a couple times, but
All right. So anyway, away from the topic. Yes, video game prices for the next generation console are going to increase. How do you guys feel about the UK House of Lords? Sorry, I got to be more proper when I announce this.
Got to wear a wig.
The UK House of Lords.
yes.
And they're calling for the regulation of loot boxes. How do you guys feel about this?
I think it's bullshit.
I mean, whatever. I mean, I think government. I mean, it's not at a crisis point where government entities have to step into it. It's a way of making money. It's just an extra flow of money that some people are just complaining about how it's been implemented, and we've seen it get changed because of that. So I think there's no reason for any government entities to step in. But one thing I think will be interesting is to see whether or not these digital versions of the next consoles are actually the top sellers compared to the physical disc medium console systems.
Well, I mean, GameStop's fucking burning to the ground right now, so.
Good.
No. GameStop's going to open up an esports arena inside of their fucking flagship stores.
God.
That's going to be
Ken,
a huge
Ben,
hit.
how do you? I can't listen to him anymore.
I hope every store burns down.
Oh my.
Honestly, I don't give a shit about loot boxes, and my favorite headline to read is like the headline where it's like, my son has spent $45,000 on Clash of Clans and I need loot boxes destroyed. It's like, I love reading those because you're an idiot for letting your son use your credit card. One.
You need to be a dad.
Two.
Yeah, you're an idiot for having a kid.
Yeah. It comes with the territory.
I'm not like a huge gambler, so it doesn't affect me all that much. I can see the draw with government stepping in, but I think, like Brilund said, I think a lot of developers are starting to move away from that like egregious, like pay to win system, unless you're a free to play game and you hate everything. But I don't see that it's that big of a problem right now in the current state of games. I mean, there are some games that still do it, but like nobody plays them because they're awful. So also I think big companies are the biggest offenders when it comes to like microtransactions, and they don't need more money than they're already getting. I read a headline. It was like Blizzard Activision made like $200 and whatever million off microtransactions, and I was just like
the first couple of months.
Like how? Who is spending that amount of money on like skins, like the same fucking rotation of skins that happen on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Yeah, but what they do is they understand the amount of people that play their games, and then they price point it as to, if we have 15 million people playing our game consistently, if we can set a skin price to 99 cents or $1.50, and we get 7.5 million of those people to spend that dollar, that's $7.5 million.
Yeah.
And that's how they price point this shit. When you look at Valorant right now, it's a free-to-play game. They have skins set in the marketplace. Those skins are like exorbitantly priced against what you would see in other games. And they do a similar mechanic, like outside of the whole fucking battle pass system. They do a similar mechanic where I think Fortnite was the one that like really revolutionized this, where they have a store, they have items in there for a limited amount of time, and each item sells for like $7. And if you buy the bundle, you get one free item that you would normally have to pay $15 for, like a knife skin or something. That's, in my opinion, that's a borderline egregious. It's like Battle Pass, Battlefront 2 at launch, Battle Pass pushing skins, with a timed store icon. It's fucked up. But like I was saying for you, Ken, it's they set that price point according to the player base. So if there's less people playing, but they expect like their diehard fan base to spend more into the game, they'll price it higher. And that's why games like The Culling, that's supposed to be coming back for the fourth fucking time, is trying to get away with. They're trying to get away with their small, condensed player base, but charging them as many fucking times as they possibly can. That's how that system works.
I just I don't get the appeal of like, who the fuck cares if you have a gold knife in Valorant? Like,
oh, everyone does. What are you talking
Me?
about? That doesn't make any sense.
Who cares though? It doesn't make it like.
That's how you command presence.
I don't get it. Like the whole CS:GO skin thing, I'm not.
Oh,
shut up!
You're wrong.
You shut your mouth right
You're
now.
wrong for that.
Sense.
If I pull out a
doesn't make
karambit,
any sense.
if I pull out a karambit and I'm fucking like inspecting it
Just
as I'm
be
running,
happy grinding out Damascus skins in Warzone.
yeah,
I don't
you
do that
can do
either.
that, but why
It's
not
like-
just pay for it? Just get
No,
it then.
no.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
not gonna pay $20 to have some type of like trucker hat on.
Well, you don't want to be good then. You don't care
on
about the
Captain
game enough.
Price.
Everybody knows you play better with skins. That's
a
No.
fact.
just a fact.
It's
That's
a fact. It is a fact.
This is
reminds
hold
me.
on. It's rare that Chris and I ever agree on the same thing. You guys are wrong. That's just a fucking fact.
It's a fact.
No,
you ever
no.
hear the saying, feel good, look good, play good?
Yeah, my high school
That-
baseball coach used to tell me that.
Perfect. That's how it works for multiplayer games. If
He
you
was
have-
he was an alcoholic and he was a gambler too.
yes.
And he said the same thing.
Yes. If you are running from A site to B site on Dust 2 with a karambit out, inspecting it as you run, your team isn't worried. You're clutching that round. 5v1, no problem. You're clutching that. But if someone with the dinky stock knife is going around, fucking waving it around, that kid stinks. I don't care if he's top fragging, he stinks. Look good, play good, feel good, all the above. I said it wrong, but all the above. Everyone knows better skins equal you better at the game, and that's just how it is. I mean, put it on my grip.
Shouldn't the better
I got-
skins be based on how good your skill is?
Exactly. That's
No.
why, like, if you have more money, you are statistically better at the game. So you
Yeah,
buy
everyone
the
knows.
skin.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, if you have more money, you are better at the game because you're probably playing in tournaments and winning them. You're probably on like Cloud9 or FaZe or something like that. So you're better.
I got
you have
one
more
more
money, so you have better skins. It's just how it works. I didn't make the rules.
I
I strictly enforce them.
I got one more thing. This reminds me of the the Apex Legends community and their like heirloom system. Like each character has an heirloom. There are like literal accounts. Like the Wraith like heirloom is like the most like rare one, the most sought after one. There are literal accounts being sold for like $500 because they have the Wraith heirloom like
Exactly.
skin. And
Because that person was better and got the heirloom.
why?
They were better.
People
The-
used to
I don't know.
The
sell
game wanted
WoW
to
characters
reward them
like
for being so
20
good.
grand because they had
No.
rare weapons on them and stuff.
You're telling me that these companies don't look at how good you are at the game. They don't look at your stats and be like, let's reward this dude. Let's give him the heirloom for Wraith. We could
No.
give him Mirage, but no, let's give him Wraith. He deserves it. She deserves it. They do that. There's no way.
No.
We have to keep him in the game. He's good. He's going to be competing on a professional level. He's telling his friends about this game. You're wrong.
Dude, why do you think they gave me a classic knife?
Oh,
Because
that's
you
enough.
stink.
Okay. Next topic.
What do you mean? Because I stink.
What
Butter your
if
toes.
in these games they put in a like say call it a community center and there's like this guy, we'll call him Tom Rook, and he'll help you. I mean, if you want to spend money, he's the guy to spend money with. And he has his friend Lizabelle. I mean, she will let you know how well you're doing. So every once in a while, you might get a surprise gift when you log in the next time
Yeah.
from
It's a-
Lizabelle
and
saying
it's
like, "Hey,
buttplug.io
you
machine.
you got C class
Supreme
rating.
one.
We're gonna give you this sweet little like silver knife that you can carry around with you."
Dude, thank you so much for your time playing Animal Crossing. Here is a Supreme bucket hat. People come to your islands like, yo, this dude has a huge piece of meat between his legs. Like, they know you're good at the game.
Yeah.
All right, move on.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how this fucking conversation devolved into this bullshit. But we got there. Did you, either Brilund or Ken, have anything you want to discuss? We're coming up at 10.
No, I mean, I think we had a lot to discuss tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a busy week. Yeah, well, I mean, if that's all, I'm sure we can land the train.
Except Ninja, he just taking it to Alinity online.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they were getting fucking that.
The whole thing was just hilarious, and
My timeline was
never
on
fucking-
fire. On
It
fire.
never ends, dude. They're fucking I fucking hate Twitch drama. I hate it when two fucking Twitch personalities or several Twitch personalities just fucking stay hiss at each other online. Fucking fight. How about that? Just fucking fight each other. It's that simple.
Mark, come pick me
it's-
up. The gamers are fighting again.
I fucking it's so annoying, dude. Just how about this? All 65 pounds of Ninja can fight all 68 pounds of XQZ. And let's just see what happens.
It's going to be like, it's like two car washes across the street from one another with like the blow up things out front just going.
And the nuts thing is, it wasn't even like their fight to get into to begin with, because it all started with Dr. Lupo posting something.
Ninja came out of the clouds. He's like, yo, you eat your cat. And I was like, ah!
So
All
fucking
right,
stupid.
land the train, Bob.
Oh shit.
We have no sound effects, so you can get right into it.
All right. Okay. I'll start. Shout out to Ken and Brilund for coming on this week. Relatively short notice, couple of days. But thank you for joining us with Dom being absent this week. Shout out to everybody that's out there right now supporting Byron Bernstein, aka Reckful's family and his friends. Stay in touch with them, please. Look out for each other in this super fucked up situation. And we also got a new sub today on YouTube, or 2 days ago, Angry Eagle. So shout out to Angry Eagle. Yeah, that's about it.
I'll go next and then roll out the red carpet to the guests. I have nothing. If you want a shout out on the podcast, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes if you do enjoy the show. If you don't, just tap the 5 stars and just be on your merry way. But if you genuinely enjoy the show, it's been 4 years. We do this for the love of the game. We love what we do. We love hanging out with you people. Love the community. If you do enjoy the show, please leave us 5-star reviews on iTunes. It really helps us get bumped up within the eyes of Apple and stuff like that. It gets us more views and more people to join this very loving and fucked up community that we all love so much. But please do that if you do enjoy the show. But other than that, I have nothing. Obviously, shout out to Brilund and Kenny for coming on. Kenny, about time you did something for the brand. But first, I will roll it out to... We'll go Brilund first. Brilund, what do you got to shout out?
Well, thank y'all for having me again. It's always good to be here. I want to shout out, Down From Podcast. I'm a co-host there. We always are reviewing movies and TV shows. I've had Dr. Bob on there a couple of times. Always a fun time to just record and talk about movies. Recently just did a review that's going to be coming up for the new Will Ferrell movie Eurovision, which is on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it is hilarious. Definitely check it out. And I want to give a big old suck it to whoever in my neighborhood's been shooting off fireworks for the last 3 months.
Oh my god.
Dog
man,
is
yells
going
a clown.
more than anything.
Every night.
And I am very pro fireworks. I'm a guy that grew up holding Roman candles and shooting them at my brother, or shooting bottle rockets right out of my hand. I've done all that stuff. I set my uncle's front yard on fire and stuff.
Oh, you're really about that life.
Yeah, I'm about that firework life. But
Damn,
come on,
what the fuck did your uncle do?
he just put it out.
Okay. I would hope so.
Yeah, it's 100 acres of land, so
Wow, what a
It's
flex,
a big
huh?
space.
Hell yeah.
But also, I mean, hey, I love fireworks. I love 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. But come on, let's use fireworks when they need to be used. All those fireworks have been shooting off the last 90 days. You could have held on to all of them and shot them off all at once and had an amazing good time tomorrow. But no, you wasted all your fireworks. Look at you now.
No, I don't know, dude. There's still plenty of stimulus check to go around. People are dropping it. They're dropping it all on fucking fireworks right now. Saturday is going to be a ridiculous wild day.
Yes.
Yeah, my brother was telling me like places in Arkansas are doing 5-for-1 firework deals and
Oh
stuff.
my god.
This is why.
We
This
have,
is
we have to
fucking
go
why.
to a different state and get them
The hell?
and then smuggle them back into the state. Kenny, what do you got?
Shout out to Chris and the other guy, Brilund.
Whatever.
Fuck you, Bob, piece of shit. Brilund, it's great to like put a. I mean, I've put a face to the name before, but it's great to like talk and chat in person.
Yeah, man, it's been awesome.
Hell yeah. Chris, you're all right
All right.
sometimes.
All right.
Bob,
that's a
you.
compliment coming from him. You
Take
can
it.
realize
It
that,
is,
I'll
right?
take it.
I don't
I'll
like
take
many
it.
people. Also, quick shout out to Dom. Chris was talking about earlier, but the sweat beads. I didn't know Dom mocapped for 2K21 coming out this year. It's crazy.
Oh, sick fucking burn. Dom just got.
Kenny's
idiot.
had that in his back pocket for an hour.
I know.
Yeah, when you first brought it up, I was like, oh, wait.
You fucking wrote it down.
JB,
but,
thank you for the 420 bits. Appreciate it, brother. Kenny, keep going.
All right, well, one second. Big suck it to Wolf in chat. He keeps calling Ninja's ugly brother. I don't even know what that means.
That means you look like Ninja's
do you
ugly
hate me?
brother.
I can see it.
Oh, fuck you, Bob.
Ninja.
Dye your hair fucking orange. I can see it.
If you ever want to, look at my stuff, I have like a blog like once every 6 months on the wickedgoodgaming.com.
Okay, that's being generous.
Yeah, it is. I mean, actually, I've had 3 in the last like 3 months.
Kenny wants to be the
whatever.
Karate Kid so bad right now.
Whatever. All right, I'm done. I hate all you. JB, I love you. Brilund, you're great. Bob, fuck you.
Thank you.
Chris, I don't like you right now. Maybe later.
Uh,
Dom, I miss you. Please come back to me. Thanks for having me on the podcast, guys. It's been great.
anytime.
You guys are fucking ridiculous. All right, well, let's close out episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. I'm Dr. Bob. We're here with lovely co-host Chris P and our 2 lovely guests, Brilund and Ken. You can check us out on all social media platforms at Wicked Good Gaming, except for Twitter. It's at Wicked Good Games. You could check out, if you're not watching currently and you're listening to the pre-recorded show, you can watch us live at twitch.tv/Wicked Good Gaming. You could leave us a 5-star review on any podcast platform that you might be able to find us on, which should be every podcast platform that I genuinely fucking hate naming through all of them, but I'm going to give it a go. Spotify, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, radio.com, and there's just so many more. iHeartRadio.
There you go.
And iHeartRadio, and oh boy, there's so many more. Check out our YouTube at youtube.com/Wicked Gaming. And check out all of our written content at wickedgoodgaming.com. So, from everybody here for episode 187 of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we will catch you guys next week for episode 188. Have a healthy and safe 4th of July. Please, please, please wear a mask, socially distance, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll catch you next week.
Care for your friends.
Yes.
Yes, please.